Welcome, my name is Ronald. For those of you who don't know me, I can probably fix the boo-boos, but I can't make the pain go away. It is what it is. First, what I want to show you is this is a board that Paul put up on the site, but I'm using it as something else first. All these stars are the American flags. If you count the stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. I didn't do the whole detail, but it's 5 and 6, 5 and 6, and you get 50. But while you're going 5 and 6, here's a star and here's a space. And here's a star and here's a space. And here's a star and here's a space. So by the time you do all your stars and all your spaces, what was 6 is what was what was 6, okay, is now 11, because there's a star and a space, and every time you get a space, you get a star. So one of them is 6. So the spaces where the empty star should be is right here. This space doesn't count because there's no star on the inside. So you get 9, 11 because it's 5 and 6. 5 gets 4 spaces and 6 gets 5 spaces, making it 9, 11. Another thing is that Paul Willard sent us is like there's so many things to do with it. So if you follow the yellow line or the yellow line, I've created 2 pyramids, okay? But there's another pyramid that goes on top of this. Everything gets broken down, okay? For the first way I broke everything down is how much do they really like 13? 7 to 13 is 6, 13 to 6 is 7, 6 to 12 is 6, 12 to 5. So the whole rotation all the way up is 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. There'll be 6 6s equaling to 36, the creation of one angel resident. And then the house they live in, 6 times 7 equals 42. Now 42 stands for the 9 and the 5. They have the same payout when you play the game of craps. It's 7 to 5, the payout. Not like the payout of 7 and 6, which is on 8 and 6, which stands for the 2 keys on this keyboard. You see all the Q, A, and Z? 76. So, where was I now? I'm just trying to go back to 6 and 7. So when we get 42, FIVE equals 42, NINE equals 42, and they total 14, and they have the same payout, and they're the reverse on top of the dice. That's 9. The other side has to be 5. 9 and 5 is 14. Because it's all 14. It shows you right here in the center. 42 and 36 is 78. 7 is the scepter, the spade scepter, the spade, and the 8 is the octagon, September and October. Why is it not October and November or November and December? Because October is the house, the 2 O's, the house. The 9 is the birth. We live in the house, but we live in the house that's 8 because there's 2 that we don't need. Our birth is over. Now we're just living. We're not inside because somehow Aldous Huxley said something right. All those little things that Aldous Huxley did. So when we finish this off, we get to a total of 720. There's 20 columns of 36. 720. 26s and 27s. 20 rows of 6s and 20 rows of 7s. The 20 rows of 7s equals to 14. That's the cross on your back when you go to the center of Rubik's Cube, counting the top 5, and then going around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 and 5. One of the reasons Rubik's Cube gets you into the center of 8 and 6. So that 13 also stands for M&M because all around the center core of Rubik's Cube, where the spindle is, it's all letter M. It's M and M and M and N, and the more you turn it. But it's really not to the corners. The M's can't go to the corners because the corners turn around in Rubik's Cube. You understand? The corner is a corner, the middle is a middle, the side is the side. The top is the top, the bottom is the bottom, and you can't do anything about it, and I didn't create it that way. That's the way this Rubik's Cube works. So we have this totality running. Is 72 stands for red, and 84 instead of 86. Now with 84, this stands for the space between. and that means life. 8 by 4 is 32. 8 and 4 is 12 is 44. It is the time and distance you are from 45. Because if I had 45, I would go onto 45 and stand there and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And every time I'd go forward, if I'm standing on something and there's only 45, there's only 44 left. So that's what we were talking about. Let me take another look at this. The other thing about this is it says dead end. Okay, one of the reasons it says dead end, I'm going to try and look at this. Just give me a second. I get the letters Q, V, Q. 84. That's what the catch was. In French, they say this is 84. But they also say it's a cat. Cat, vin, cat, wine, cat. Cat, wine, cat. That's how it sounds. But 84 is a Q, which is the 17th letter, a V, which is the 22nd letter, and a Q, which is the 17th letter. It actually says 3939, which is ST and RU, or RUST, seventh inning stretch. 3939 equals 78. And again, we come back to number 78. October, September, the scepter of the month. The octagon, we live in the 10 house. We live on one side. We are 5 of that 10 house. Plus, we are the A and E. I'll show you what that A and E is, and it's right here. When you are first 2 initials, or second 2 initials, or third 2 initials, you come into the house of death. The reason, because delta, okay, is the promoter of death. What it is it's A, B, C, and D equal 10. A and E is 1 to 5. What is living between 1 to 5 is B, C, D. So BCD lives in between these two. We take out the BCD and we just turn it to letters. Lo and behold, first, second, third, fourth stands for standard death. Because of all the aces, this is what's happening right now. Zot, Sond, son of D, son of God. Ja, son of God. Or you can actually say Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan. The day comes for Jason, Jason D. FEMA, it's all in here. It's all in here. You got to just make it up a little bit. This is the alphabet. This is the days of the week. This is the numbers section. Can you see where it says 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10? Well, I don't know why 10's not here, but it would say cent. Now, what was I supposed to do next? This is another piece I was working on. Now, I'm trying to find the formations of 9, because once you got 9, you go down 2 to 7, and you have the piano keys, and you have the middle of the center of your life, because parts of your life that you don't come into is A, you're not the Jesus fish, but at the beginning of life, we're all the Jesus fish. How is that possible? Sperm and egg. X and O. Anyways, the other thing I was going to show you with this, I filled it in a little bit. This is the roulette wheel. These are the exact designs that would come up on the roulette wheel. I did not exchange numbers, and nor will I give you a number count. The other thing, so we were talking about, is there's 13 by 20 equals 260. And if you look up 260, ton, the Mayans have said that. I'm not quite sure what it means. The other thing the Mayans have mentioned, that 2020, as you can see, this board is 2020. And 2020 is the same as Monopoly. And it has 4 trains. And there are 5 for every corner. And in Monopoly, when you start on Go, you come back to Go and you've done 41, but you do 42 because you cannot get the Mediterranean. Number 42, the number we just went over, 42 and 42 equals that 84. Do you understand? You get 2 dice, you throw the dice, no matter what you do. On those first 2 dice, you cannot get the Mediterranean because it's the first position. So that would mean you go all the way around the board, and before touching the Mediterranean, you multiply everything. By the times you went around the board, 41 brings you back to the Middle East. Then 5 from each corner is a train. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125, times 5 is 625, times the 41 size of the game equals 25,625. I want to thank you for watching. I'm not quite sure what else there is to do in here, but I'm on it. And I saw something disturbing today. I'm going to show you a picture of it. I'm going to try and find this right here. I was trying to keep this short, but look at this picture. Can you see it's night? Looks like the moon, right? But it's the alarm system. But it's the vibrations on the earth. The lights are on. Does that mean because the power went out? Or is it at night because that's actually the moon? This is a fire alarm drill for the children in my neighborhood. They just put this up today. I've never seen this before. I've never seen it before. I've had fire drills, but in college, well, I never went to college, but I've gone up for drills when I was 8 and 10 years old. But when I'm 14 and 15, I'm in high school, I ain't jumping on somebody else's bus. But that's what they're going to make you do. Come get your children. They're down by the wherever they are. Come get your children, they'll say, and you'll go to get the children, and they'll lock the door behind you, and you ain't getting out. Just a story in my head. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much a silent type. I don't talk very much. You want to take a look at my apartment? I like to sort of paint a little bit. Oh, what's that? 2 feet? All right, got 2 feet. I like to just see. Whoa, look at that bedroom. Nice, nice. Oh yeah. Yeah. Somehow, I spilt the paint a little bit all over the place. Yeah, we know. Paint's a little bit all over the place. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus, waiting upon the year of 5775. Or 5775, would you like to see a different way to look at it? That's right. At your local Walmart store, there's a George reminding you that 15 is the answer to 0 in life. We all love George because George is on our side. Thank you for watching.